first. Right? Or we just... I don't like this. Okay. Yeah. Matt.
All you guys look so short.
Well, how's the weather up there?
Man, it's pretty stuffy up here. Well, yeah, you feeling the same atmosphere I'm feeling right now. It's real cloudy up here. Like, feel.
Well, short heavyweight's out of style now.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, guys, ask away.
Oh, wait, less than a month away.
Less than a month away, I'm feeling wonderful. You know, man, my mindset has changed, my body has changed. I feel like a killer. I'm transforming into definitely a killer. And this is the times of what I talk about. I try to describe and explain to people, you know, especially the fans, when your mindset has to change in there. You know, all of our mindset change as a fighter when we're, you know, have to get prepared for a certain type of fighter. You know, we take months and months at a time training for one individual. So I always describe it just like the military. They have to train for a certain type of mission. And they know they're finna go in dangerous territories. So they have to have the mindset like, yo, anything can happen. I must be prepared. I must be ready. So when it's time for fighting, I'm risking my life as well too. I change it to the bronze bomber. When I'm in the ring, it's a different thing than me just being Deontay Wilder.
So Mr. Bomber, what have you done differently in this fight in preparation for this war that you're about to step into?
No, you know, I always said that before starting this camp, I was going to take the appropriate measures of what I did with the Provacan camp. I was in the best shape of my life. You know, my mindset was at the strongest. My body was at its strongest, and that's where it is right now. My mindset, my body, mentally, physically, emotionally, everything is intact. Everything is ready to go. You know what I mean? I barely even want to talk about this no more. I'm so tired of talking about it. I want to show action now. You know, okay. But that's just the transformation of it. Sure. And you know, less than a month away, we're gonna be ready. Tyson Fury, he don't know what he's gotten himself into. I don't say getting.
He said he was training with bears up there in Big Bear.
Well, I hope he better be hugging them, wrestling them, and kissing them as well too, because he's definitely gonna need a teddy bear in the hospital for sure. You know, this is no game for me. I don't play this. You know, this is not a game. I always tell my baby, Daddy coming home. And when you find the bronze bomber, these guys know what they're getting themselves into. They can hear the stories, they can hear the tales all they want. But when you get in the ring and actually feel it, that's when and only when you know that what you've been hearing, what you've been saying is real.
Anything about Fury in itself, his skills, that concerns you?
Nothing at all about him that concerns me, that scares me. You know, I'm the best in the world. I don't think there's no other heavyweight has been through what I've been through to go through so many different calibers of fighters. You know, you got to keep in mind I'm 40 over 39 KOs. You know, I've been in multiples of countries. I've fought multiples of styles. You know, I've fought multiples of opponents. I've seen nearly about every style there is to see, you know, especially from different regions. You know, if you understand the regions of style where they come from, all of them going to have the same type of style. But it's only how you critique that style in your own way. You know, just like me being American, we like to bang, but I have a different style that I add to my banging. You know, it's an awkward style, and everybody else too. So that's the unique thing about me, and my Olympic experience have prepared me for so many different styles.
Safe to say this is the tallest fighter you'll be stepping into the ring with?
This is definitely would be the tallest fighter besides Kevin Price. Kevin Price, he was a much taller guy than I, and he had way longer arms than I as well too, and we all know what happened. Timber!
Deontay, we know you're a great boxer, a great warrior, but the last fight you showed to the world that you have a great heart too. What we can expect against Fury?
Most definitely, you know, Ortiz was considered the boogeyman of the sport, and I could definitely understand why he never got a title fight in his life. No one wanted to give him that opportunity. But you know, I'm a type of guy that like to bless people with opportunity. I saw him as one of the best, and at that point in time in my career, it was I needed him I needed to prove to the world that what you've been saying about him, Deontay Wilder's not scared to do so. So with him, you know, he prepared me, you know, with beating Luis Ortiz even more, you know, accelerated my confidence in this sport, you know, because he is one of the most technical fighters, one of the most experienced guys with all the amateur bouts and to coming up what he is. And, you know, I also wanted to bless him because nobody else would want to give him that opportunity as a champion. Everybody flees away from him. You know, so that put all my challenges, every fight that I fought has prepared me for this special moment.
How are you preparing for 12 rounds?
Some fighter is really arrogant about 50-0, but you have 40-0 and 39 knockouts. This is a record for me. What can you tell about it?
Most definitely, man. I just want to say that I'm blessed. You know, my grandma said years ago that I was anointed by God, and every time she got me from school, being from suspended from school, whether it was fighting or anything, she always would say, God is trying to use you. You're the chosen one. I never understood that because I was a child, but once I became a man, you know, you put away childish ways and you start realizing things that the elders used to tell you, and now it coming to pass because you didn't understand it. So you can only go so far, but I understand now, you know, wholeheartedly, and I know what my position is in life. I know what I stand for. I know what I represent, and I'm gonna show the world what
How would you?
Guys, I'm gonna make sure everyone gets a question in. We're gonna go right around the horn to this young man here.
Deontay, what's your message to Anthony Joshua?
What's that?
What's your message to Anthony?
I don't have a message to Anthony Joshua. It's all about Tyson Fury, and I don't want anyone to ask me about Anthony Joshua at all. He was a coward, and that's that.
Deontay, next. Do you ever reach out to Vladimir Klitschko about facing Tyson Fury? I know you've had a long history with Klitschko. You sparred with him plenty back in your early days. Did you ever reach out to him about facing Fury?
I personally didn't reach out to him. I don't even know if my team have either. You know, that's a great idea to do. I haven't even thought about that one. You know, we've just been going along with what we know, and what we've been doing has been amazing. You know, we've had a lot of sparring partners that come in these weeks of training, and it's been great looks. And but that's maybe something that we will probably reach out and do, and to ask him, you know, how was he feeling, what was he thinking, and what was the things that caused him not throw so many punches as we know that he could do. Because I feel that if Klitschko would have thrown punches like we know he could do, it would have been a different result in the fight.
Marcos.
Deontay, can you tell us how you've been preparing for his speed and movement?
Well, you know, I also have speed of movement myself, but just to prepare for it, it's all about the sparring partners you bring in. You can never have no one that could give you a look identical to a fighter, but you can get something that can give you, like, you know what, you know, the speed is the guys that we have in, you know, the speed and what they was doing, the movement, you know, although it's not Tyson Fury, but I think they possess something quicker than him, a little bit more athletics in him, a little bit more flexibility than him. It was great looks for me. So that's the only thing I can go off of in my natural instincts. You know, as a champion, as a true champion, you know how to adjust to any fighter in the world. Like I said, my Olympics experience, my experience as being a professional, to travel so many countries, to fight against so many different calibers of fighters, prepared me for this special moment that I feel no other heavyweight in the division have obtained. You know, of course, I have way more experience than these guys in a professional career with 40 and over 39 KOs.
Deontay, what sparring sessions been like? Like, how have you adjusted, and how well have you done sparring against fast guys that move like that?
Sparring has been tremendously well. You know, I'm moving well. Of course, you starting out, you have to knock the rust off and stuff like that, but over and over again, every day, you preparing, you getting your body right, you making adjustments every time you fight until you get that right point where you say, this is it, this is the style I need, this is where I need my timing to be at, and so forth and so on. And at this point in time, I'm right there. If the fight was this weekend, Deontay Wilder is ready.
Okay, where have you been preparing for this fight? Where have you been training?
I've been in Alabama. You know, I do all my training. Camps in Alabama is very isolated for me. You know, the people respect me to just let me be, you know what I mean? People get hesitant when it comes to me no matter where I go. They get some type of fear, you know, or they feel intimidated when it comes to me. But, you know, if they knew me as a person, you know, it wouldn't be no intimidating factor, because for me, I don't think I display any type of harm or danger to anyone unless they bring it to me or my team. You know, that's the only time I conduct myself in a manner that will look not pleasing to people to see. But you know, everything is good, man. I can't wait for December 1st. Everyone is in for a great treat.
Do you have a potential bowl games for Alabama? Plan on bringing a victory to Alabama?
Every time I fight, is you know, I'm bringing a victory to Alabama. You know, Alabama got to focus and make sure they bring something as well too with the team. You know, many times I've fought and they've lost. You know, and I had to bring it back. So, you know, I always want to feed off of them, and I hope they feed off of me as well too when it pertaining to the state. And we keep, you know, keeping that title. They call it the Title Town. You know, so I want to continue to keep Title Town well and alive. And with my part, I have no doubt that I'm going to do what I got to do and get the job done. Hopefully they can hold up their end of the bargain as well.
Deontay, what is Tyson's weakness?
I don't know what Tyson's weaknesses are. You know, I can't tell you that at this moment in time, but after the fight, I'll tell you all about it. You know, I never fought him before. He never fought me. I never dealt with anyone, you know, that possesses what he possesses. You know, you can fight similar, but that's not the same as the main guy. So I can't tell you what his weaknesses are, nor can he tell me. He probably can assume. But I ain't about the assumption business. I ain't with that. You know, I want to be very clear about what I experienced, and come December 1st, I can tell you all about it after.
How would you summarize your career going from a 4-round fighter to pay-per-view potential star?
It's been a mess. You know what I mean? I can say it's been exciting at times, and then I done had my times where you know, I broke down, cried many times. I broke down very angry many times. When they say boxing is a very emotional sport, and it is that, you know, especially with the fighters and stuff, because as a fighter, you guys don't understand what we go through. Y'all can only, like I said, assume. You can only imagine things or whatever. But unless you're a fighter and you go through the circuit of this thing, you'll never understand. You know, many times, even just especially as a champion, it's so much that comes upon you, so much that you have to do. And that's the thing about me. That's why I say, don't call me a celebrity. I don't want to be famous. I just want to do what God allowed me to do. I don't care who knows me. Everybody want to outdo me. Everybody want to say they well known. Then I don't give a fuck. And I got to use that term because I don't care who knows me. My grandma said I was anointed by God and God gonna use me, and I'm allowing him to use me in a way that's never been used before. And if it brings people to follow, then hell, my God, may y'all come with me and we're gonna go strong into the day and the night. But if not, if I don't bring no attention, no type of way, then that's good as well too, because like I said, I have love, peace, happiness, and great health in my life, and that's all I need.
Deontay, Tyson said that this fight, tried breaking it down very easy, he said that this fight was basically you attempting to land the right hand and him not letting you.
I'm glad that's their game plan, you know what I mean? Many times I've proved myself to many of people, you know, so that's a special part about this fight. We don't know what we're going to do until we get in that ring. He don't even know what he's going to do until he said he can box and do all that. But it's going to be, when you get in the ring with me, we'll see if that game plan go as planned. And I don't think it's going to go as planned. It's going to be a lot tougher than what he thinks it's going to be. Like I said, I'm the dangerous man on the planet. And I'm going to continue to say that. And I'm going to continue to prove it. Those that doubt me, I feel sorry for you. Because I'm going to prove you each and every time wrong. Because, like I said, I'm blessed to do this. This is nothing that I had to build to do. You know what I mean? Of course, I had to build skills. I had to use certain techniques to develop and stuff like that, but now I can put it in my own way. Now I can release my energy out to the universe and let people understand and witness what greatness really is. Because everyone is great. It's just we have to apply action You know, we have to use some type of service to show our greatness, and that's what I want. I don't want to display my service to the sport to show that I came from good to great.
Does that give you extra confidence, being that they're just seeming to be kind of just looking for the right hand?
Almost definitely. You know, when guys talking like that, it makes me smile because I already know they're looking out for the right hand. That's the only thing they're looking for, and they're going to be in a surprise with the other hands that come out, although it's going to lead right back to the right hand when they least expect it.
We have one more question from here in the middle.
Hey, Mr. Walter, how bringing your training camp from Alabama to here in Los Angeles, how's that adjustment been? And how are you adjusting to the bright lights, if you will?
I mean, one thing about me, I'm a playmaker. So every time the lights get brighter, I shine brighter. You know, it's just my stars. If the lights brighter, it's gonna allow my star to shine even brighter. You know, that's one thing about me. And you know, being here, you know, many people don't know I live here as well too. I have a home here, as well as a lot of multiples of other states as well too. You know, I like to have homes in different places because I'm big on meditation and visualization. And if I change cultures, if I change my environment, it allows me to change different energies to feel. You know what I mean? And that's why I do it for. So I'm very familiar with what's going on out here, the atmosphere, the people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm comfortable here. Okay. And with the more the merrier to witness what, all along what my grandma have been told me, that God is trying to use me. I'm anointed. And with that being said, the more that can witness, the more that would know. And the more I can motivate and to inspire to be great in your own type of way.
So you feel that you have a purpose to be in this position. Fury also feels that God put him in this purpose. There's no reason that he went through all that to get to this point just to lose. What do you make of that viewpoint coming from him? Because he seems to say that there's a belief, there's a something about too as well, that he's in that position not just because of his hard work, but for a reason that God put him in that place as well, and not to lose.
Well, you know, that's what's so unique about December the 1st. God can put us all in positions, but he have something in store a little greater for others. That's why we all don't come up at the same time. You know, we all gradually come at points and times in our life. He may be put in this position as well as I, but we're going to see if I advance or he advance, or if we both supposed to be somewhere. I feel, I know, it ain't, not only is it a feeling, but I know God didn't lead me this far just to become this, just to get to this point, or just to come this far. He didn't make me come this far just to come this far. And that's why I like to witness, have witnesses, and I like to say what I'm gonna do so I can prove it to you. And on that night of the day, we're gonna see who's gonna be anointed, who's gonna be blessed, and who's gonna go to the top. I know I am. I don't think he really knows.
You have thousands of Mexican followers, please. You're gonna fight in LA. What can you tell to La Raza? You have a lot of Mexican followers. What can you tell to La Raza?
Man, I just want to tell those guys I love them, you know, so much. You know, they're a big part of boxing. You know, they support boxing like none other, man. And I'm just happy to be able to just have, you know, supporters all over the world. It does my heart, you know, very well. Although I'm very aggressive in the ring, and I display such madness and mayhem in this ring. But when it comes to people, I am a true people's champion. You know, I can go all over the world and meet people and link to them and be able to relate to them in some type of way. You know, that's just my passion and what my heart is. So I thank you guys so much. Tune into this fight. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be crazy.
Right here. One
Deontay, last question is here. That's it.
Where?
Last one. Right here.
Okay.
Deontay,
guys, take your spot around the ring.
For the first time in your career, you faced some adversity against Luis Ortiz, and you're covered very nicely. What did you say is your foremost learning from that experience? That was September. That you're going to apply in the fight come December 1st.
Could you say the question one more time?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, for the first time in your career against Luis Ortiz, you faced some in-ring adversity and you recovered really well. You showed your grit and your heart. What would you say was your foremost learning from the fight?
From the Ortiz fight?
And you're going to apply moving forward in the Fury fight.
Man, you know, everything I did in that fight, I knew I can do it. You know, even when getting buzzed by him, you know, I knew I had it inside. I'm a champion. I'm a true champion, and I always say it. That's why I say certain things that when I get in certain situations and I overcome it, I don't want it to be a surprise for people. I don't want it to be a, wow, he did this. When I always tell you the same thing, I always say how I am. It's not to the point where I say things to be cocky. You know, it's not to the point where I say things to be arrogant, but I want people to understand me when I speak it, that I'm telling the truth. This is how I truly feel in my heart, my soul, and in my mind, this is what I am. So when things happen like that, you know, I don't want it to be a surprise to me. You're like, well, he's a champion. That's what he's supposed to do.
All right, guys, thank you.
Thank you, Wilder.
All right, Deontay, you can go change. Deontay's going to change.